Welcome to Financing the American Dream, a national show about real estate, lifestyle, and culture. A real show, not a reality show. We're going to take you all around the country and show you some of the best neighborhoods with some great stories today.
So what did you love about Clarksville? What was the best part about that?
A lot of people want to know about beaches. So how close is the beach from here?
So PJ, you were telling me that the current owners actually did the legwork to get this home registered as an historical landmark.
She hired me when I was 15 to help her fix up an old home that she had purchased.
I'm going to see you there, right?
Oh, first row, front and center. I would not miss it.
Let's get the show started right now.
The search is over, baby. I'm right here, and I got it.
The American Dream, the only show that combats negative media, not owned by a network, commercial-free, unscripted.
I got it.
These are stories for you and by you.
I got it. I got it.
Welcome to American Dream. I'm your host, Barry Habib. I am today in beautiful Phoenix, Arizona. And yes, it's certainly hot here, but speaking of hot, this is one of the hottest real estate markets in the United States. Multiple offers. Now in your market too, there's probably multiple offers. Did you know that around the country today, about 60% of transactions have multiple bids that are actually above asking price? It's not easy to purchase the home of your dreams, but it can be well worth it. Now, sometimes when you look to purchase a home that's above asking price, we run into an obstacle. And that's because when you go to take out a mortgage, the amount of the mortgage is going to be based upon either the appraised value or the purchase price, whichever is lower. That means you might be coming up a little short on cash. Now, if you don't have that rich uncle that could lend you some money, what do? What I'm about to show you is a way that you can create money out of thin air. And guess what? Here's the best part. It doesn't have to be paid back. Yeah, you heard me right. It's not too good to be true. Let me explain. You see, when people take out a mortgage, everybody wants to get the lowest rate. That's only natural, right? We want to get the lowest rate. But do you know if you take a slightly higher rate, you can get some cash in exchange for that, and the cash doesn't have to be paid back? Let me give you an example. Let's pick a mortgage amount. Let's just say it's a $400,000 mortgage. Now, on that mortgage amount, if somebody wanted a low rate, and we'll just pick a number here. Let's just use a round number, say it's 3%. If you took a rate of 3 3/8, do you know you can get about $5,000 or $6,000 cash for taking that higher rate? And you could use that towards your closing costs. That means that the money you were about to use towards closing costs doesn't have to be used for that. It can be used to get that home of your dreams. Here's the catch. It's only one little thing there you got to think about. It's a higher rate. That means your payment's going to be a little higher, about $80 a month in this particular example. So what does that tell us? That tells us that if you were to purchase this home, you would have $5,000 or $6,000 cash, doesn't have to be paid back. You could win the bid, but your payments are going to be a little higher. But remember, you're getting more money. There is one added benefit that might come into play. You see, when we oftentimes purchase a home, we don't have enough for a 20% down payment. That means we have to pay something called mortgage insurance. You might have heard it as MI or PMI, private mortgage insurance. Now that's an extra cost, and it could be a little expensive. But by using this technique, you may be able to hit a break point to reduce the cost of that private mortgage insurance. What does that tell us? That tells us that A, we're able to get $5,000 or $6,000 cash in this example that doesn't have to be paid back, and you might be able to actually save more money by reducing the break point on that mortgage insurance cost so that it actually comes out cheaper every month. It's a win-win all around, but most importantly, it'll get you in the home of your dreams in many cases. This is a tool that you could use to win. Now, speaking of winning, we're going to take a look around the country and see how individuals who are looking at homes and different lifestyles are winning. Hope you guys have a great one.
I'm Amber Garofalo, and today we're at the High-Low Diner in Minneapolis. And I love coming here because it feels like going back in time. It's around this time of the year, the holiday season, that I relish all of the traditions. And so I thought it'd be fitting today for us to visit with good friends of mine at Anderson Realty. They've got a deep-rooted history in real estate, much like my own family. And so let's head over and speak with Mike and Rebecca. Well, I was just over next door and had a cup of coffee at High-Low. I always love stopping in there and then breezing through forage and, even getting ready for the holidays myself. And Anderson Realty's here, which is basically the mainstay of the whole thing. So tell us how you got into owning so many businesses. Where's the inspiration coming from?
My grandma started Anderson Realty 60 years ago. I watched her growing up as she helped everybody in my life buy and sell homes. She hired me when I was 15 to help her fix up an old home that she had purchased. I really caught the bug for housing and real estate at a young age. I got my salesperson's license to become a realtor. I started buying and fixing and selling homes. Hired Rebecca to help me run a remodeling company for years. One thing led to another, and we opened a cool store, bought an old Taco Bell and stuck a diner on it, and made the High-Low Diner along with our partner James Brown. It's really a continuation of a long history before us. We actually have a really great listing right now that exemplifies, I think, our heart and soul as Anderson Realty. We'd love to show it to you.
Let's head over there. I'd love to check it out.
Welcome to 534 Summit Avenue. We are on just over an acre at the top of Ramsey Hill, overlooking Summit Avenue, which is just over 4 miles and the longest stretch of Victorian homes in the United States.
That's amazing. Let's go take a look.
Let's do it.
This home was originally built in 1882 for a fellow named Walter John Strickland Trail. Really interesting character. It's had a few different people throughout the years. Another noteworthy owner of the property was a gentleman named Homer P. Clark. He did some alterations to the property in the 1920s, including that dramatic cat slide porte cochere. The current owners have been here for 40 years, have poured their heart and soul and lots of love into refurbishing this home, maintaining the home. They've done a lot of modernization of the things like the mechanicals. They put a really cool slate-like roof on the property. It's really important to me that people preserve and honor and kind of take care of these meaningful homes.
This home is offered at over $2 million. Talk to me about what programs you have to finance clients for this price point.
Yeah, so we do loans at all sizes, really. The bigger that you get, there's smaller people in the mix, but we can still finance homes like this on 30-year fixed products with lower down payment options than most people think. This home is miraculous. Thank you so much for letting us in today, guys. Thanks for your time.
You're welcome. It's been a pleasure, Amber.
Thanks, Amber.
One of my favorite parts of my job is getting to relive these stories and learning about the rich history behind companies like Anderson Realty. So that's all we have time for on today's episode of Financing the American Dream. Thanks for joining us and happy holidays.
On Financing the American Dream. Today we're in the foothills of California in a historical town called Ione. We're going to be seeing a beautiful historical landmark home that has been refurbished and is just gorgeous. We're going to also be viewing the famous castle that's here, and then we're going to stop and have delicious pizza at Paisano's Pizzeria. Come join us, we're going to show you the town. We're in downtown Ione, California on Main Street today, and we're going to be looking at this beautiful refurbished Victorian home that my friend PJ is going to show us. Come on, she's going to let us in now. Hey PJ. Hi Lori, how are you? I'm so excited to see this beautiful home.
This home is beautiful. You're going to love it.
I'm so
Let's
excited.
feel free to look around and let's enjoy the view.
So PJ, we're in the kitchen. This is absolutely gorgeous. Tell me about, I know these are some long-term clients of yours. Tell me what they did to this home.
They totally remodeled it. It was like gutted, and they came in and they went to store after store to look for all the right pieces to bring this home back to life. And this kitchen is a prime example of that.
Yeah, you can just see even the fixtures, the sink, the refrigerator, everything is just so authentic and keeping with the true age and view of the home. It's just beautiful. What's this room, PJ?
This room here, this is an authentic room. This is a room that's going to tell us the history of this beautiful home that we stand in today.
So PJ, you were telling me that the current owners actually did the legwork to get this home registered as an historical landmark. And in the refurbishing of the home, they did something really special, which was they kept some of the original pieces and actually placed them on the walls as history of the home. So I know, what's this one, PJ?
This is the name that was on an original piece of wood. These are the ancestry pictures of them. Here's the actual picture of the person who originally owned this property. And behind us, we have the beautiful wallpaper that was still standing here that they found when we refurbished the home.
Hi, welcome to Paisano's Pizzeria here in Ione, California. PJ let us in on this little secret of this beautiful gem and this delicious pizza we're about to eat. PJ, tell us why you love this spot.
Oh, because it's homemade pizza. It's the best pizza in town. You'd want to come 15, 20 minutes, so come join us here in Ione.
Thank you for joining us on Financing the American Dream. We'll see you next time in Ione.
Thank you for joining us today. My name is Nicole Ruth, and here we are in Santa Fe Arts District in Denver, Colorado. And I'm joined by my good friend and real estate agent, Olivia Kanavicius.
Thanks, Nicole, for having me.
So why don't you tell us a little bit about the area that we're in?
So we are in the Art District on Santa Fe, and we are located right next to downtown Denver. So this is actually a nationally recognized arts and culture district. And so we're actually here today to highlight a client of mine, Cynthia Diaz, and her new coffee shop, Ton Unseen Casa de Cafe, which just opened actually 2 weeks ago.
Here's a single mom who now owns 3 homes and a coffee shop. She started a business, a passion project, from the equity in her homes. I love the opportunities that real estate can give folks, but to actually see this play out in motion, talk a little bit about her passion project.
So Cynthia actually was smart enough to buy a house 10 years ago, right? As a young woman, she bought a home for herself, lived there throughout the years, life happened, she had a daughter, needed to move to the other side of town. So I was lucky enough to meet her, help her buy that secondary home. Well, all of a sudden the pandemic hit. So being the overachiever that she actually is, meanwhile she's working her day job, thought, I want to buy an investment property and I want to start a business. So being able to leverage her initial investment from her primary home, she was able to purchase that investment property and start a new business. So all of her success is directly attributed to her investments in real estate, which is incredible.
And of course, the last 10 years have been such a blessing for the growth and equity, right?
Yeah.
So to actually see how you could take advantage of the equity in your home, I mean, you could pay off debt, go to school, start a business. So this is where we're gonna have the opportunity to meet Cynthia and to walk inside the coffee shop.
Absolutely.
So let's go. So we're inside Cynthia's coffee shop, and this is delightful. I like so many colors, so vibrant, so energetic. I love what you've done with this space. Thank you for inviting us and for the fabulous coffee, the flavors. I want you to tell us a little bit about what kind of inspired you to start your coffee shop?
There's a couple of different things that inspired the coffee shop idea. One is that I grew up in a family that owned a small diner in Southern Colorado. So there's that kind of like family roots, right? Like continue doing that small business just like my family did. But then also the other part that I'm bringing to it is that this is a Latin American and Indigenous inspired coffee shop, right? So we're offering like coffee drinks that bring in those like special flavors and that history behind the coffee. So that's what I wanted to bring to Denver, to have a coffee shop that's just a little bit different than what's out there.
So would you have been able to do this had you not purchased your first home 10 years ago and your several other investment properties since?
No, definitely that's how I got lucky and had the resources to be able to open up the shop, is because the equity in my house is more than doubled, I believe. And so that was what I was able to tap into to be able to open up the shop for sure.
Well, Cynthia, it is such a pleasure to meet you. I'm so glad that you shared your space with us. It is absolutely a place that we'll be coming back to again many times. So that was fabulous time spent with Cynthia. Yes. I mean, and that's the power of real estate right there. That's the opportunities that it presents. It's all about options. Owning 24 investments myself, it just brings me so much joy when I can teach someone else how to do the same thing. So that's the opportunity that I also want to invite you to. We have a special event that's happening January 20th and 21st here in the Denver market. And it's for real estate agents nationwide. And it's called The Next Big Thing. I'm gonna see you there, right?
Oh, first row, front and center. I would not miss it. I'm telling you, if you're a realtor, this is the event that you need to go to kick off 2022, 100%.
23 speakers, 2 days, all focused on how we can continue to build our businesses, how we can take advantage of the opportunities presented, and how we can help more Cynthias. Well, we hope to see you there. This is another edition of Financing the American Dream.
Hi everybody, Michelle Leisman and Michael Galana here. We're your hosts for Financing the American Dream.
And we're joining you today from Clarksville, Tennessee, where we're going to get a chance to take a look at the culture and lifestyle of the Fort Campbell region. We're also going to be joined by our friends from the Jeter Group, who are going to talk to us about the housing market and how things are going in this area. Let's go, Michelle.
All right, let's go.
I've got Crystal Jeter here from the Jeter Group. Hi, Crystal.
Hi.
Crystal's going to tell us a little bit today about the housing market here in the Tennessee, Kentucky, Fort Campbell area and the culture and lifestyle that surrounds it. Crystal?
Okay. As far as the market goes, Tennessee and Kentucky is a quick market, as is the rest of the nation right now. We're seeing about 2.5 months of inventory, so there's not a whole lot to choose from when you're out looking. You've got to have an agent that's going to help you know the market, and we do. We like to study the numbers and the statistics and be able to educate our buyers and sellers. A lot of folks choose the Fort Campbell area because of the culture, a lot of the activities and things that are offered here. We did see that there were some unique statistics in studying the market, such as in Tennessee, the median price is $300,000. In Kentucky, it's $200,000.
Okay.
So quite an odd statistic to
Definitely
see
a wide
there.
variance.
Yes, and the numbers are up. If you're planning to sell your property, it's a really good time to sell. We've seen a lot of equity over the last 1.5 to 2 years.
Okay.
If you're looking for fun activities and things to do, there's quite a bit here. We are located just an hour from Nashville, which is the music city capital.
Fun place.
That's a really great place to go. A lot of nightlife, but the Clarksville area, which we're here today in Clarksville, has a lot of things to do as well. Rich in history, many things surrounding Fort Campbell. A lot of our veterans come here for the retirement benefits.
Okay.
So that's an excellent reason to move to the Kentucky-Tennessee area.
What a unique area and what a great place to live, for sure. So
Yes.
Thank you very much for your time
Well,
today.
you're welcome.
We appreciate your insights.
Thank you.
All right,
Appreciate your
Crystal.
time.
Thank you.
here today at Madeline's Cafe. I'm with Samantha McKay with the Jeter Group. She's going to tell us a little bit about Fort Campbell. So I understand that your husband was stationed at Fort Campbell, and you guys lived in Clarksville?
Yes, ma'am.
Tell me.
Lived in Clarksville for 8 years. He was stationed at Fort Campbell since 2007.
So what did you love about Clarksville? What was the best part about that?
Really love the hustle and bustle. It's a growing community, even today, still growing quite a bit.
We saw that. It's like construction everywhere. Looks like they're building a new stadium.
Yes. Austin P. Yeah.
Okay. So when you guys moved from Clarksville, where did you move to?
We moved back closer to my hometown. We live in Benton, Kentucky now.
Benton, Kentucky. So how's that different than Clarksville?
It's definitely a slower pace environment. You don't have all the hustle and bustle. You don't have all the traffic like you do in Clarksville.
Absolutely. Because Fort Campbell is on both the Kentucky side and the Tennessee side.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, it houses on both states. More in the Tennessee side. About 2/3 more than on the Kentucky side.
Okay. Well, thank you for joining us today and telling us a little bit about lifestyle, culture, and Fort Campbell.
No problem. Thank you for having us.
Absolutely.
Thank you for joining us today. We hope you enjoyed your little taste of the lifestyle and culture here in the Fort Campbell area.
We look forward to seeing you on our next adventure.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Hey, this is David Wakefield, and welcome to another episode of Financing the American Dream. Today we're in beautiful Nocatee, Florida, and we're going to find out why it is one of the fastest growing communities in the country. Today we're going to meet John Richardson with RE/MAX Unlimited to hear about all the cool things that Nocatee has to offer. John, how you doing, sir?
Good, David. Thanks for having me.
Excellent, man. Beautiful. So why does everyone want to move to Florida, and especially Nocatee?
I think there's a long list of reasons why people want to move to Florida, right? It's sunny, there's palm trees. But beyond that, when I talk to people, they're really looking for fulfillment. I think that's the easiest way to say it. They're looking for a life that suits their values and something that inspires them to just be thankful to wake up in the morning.
You know, we've had the pleasure of working with a lot of people, obviously, that have been relocating from northern areas to come down here to Kentucky, certainly being one of them. So, hey, this is an incredible place. And I know you've mentioned some pretty cool amenities, right?
Yeah, Nocatee's got over 6 pools, big amenity center with water slides, lazy river, everything you could ask for.
Let's go check out that splash park.
Sounds good.
All right, so John, you had mentioned some of the amenities that are part of the Nocatee community, and one of those incredible amenities is the marquee splash park here, right? So tell me a little bit about this place.
So we are standing here at the Nocatee Splash Park. This is the largest amenity and the first one that was built by the park group. As you can see behind me, we've got 2 of the tallest water slides in Northeast Florida. We've got a huge lagoon pool, we've got a kids splash area, we've got an adults only pool, a lazy river, and a water volleyball court.
Oh, water volleyball court. What about beach volleyball? If I want to get the sand, is that an option?
There are 2 beach volleyball courts in Nocatee.
Oh, that's great. That's great. So Nocatee is a very, very large community. How many individual communities are inside?
Yeah, so there's over 40 separate Nocatee neighborhoods, and that number is growing. There's currently over 9,000 homes either built or sold. And there are plans for an additional 5,000, so a total of 14,000 homes, give or take a few.
Okay, great. So how big is Nocatee itself? I mean, how large is the area?
Yeah, the entire land area is over 14,000 acres, 60% of which is dedicated to natural preserve and green space.
Wow, okay, that's great. So we're in Florida, right? And a lot of people want to know about beaches. So how close is the beach from here?
We are a short 4 miles away or a 10-minute drive.
Wow, that's great. Okay, so we can get our surfboards and you can catch us on the beach here in a little bit.
So you can be pool to beach in about 10 minutes.
Ah, that's great. Beautiful. So, John, part of the whole appeal of Nocatee is being one with nature, I guess, right? So where are we right now? What is this place called right here?
So we're at the Greenway Trail. It's over 1.5 miles, 3 miles if you go both directions. But one of the things that the park group did so well was preserve the natural Florida landscape within the community.
So, John, I love the fact that we got here via golf cart.
Yeah, it's one of the great things about Nocatee. It was entirely planned for golf cart living.
Okay, that's great. And now tell me a little bit about this community specifically that we're in.
We're in Coastal Oaks. It's one of the largest Nocatee neighborhoods. There's over 900 homes. This specific house is 4 bedrooms, 3.5 baths. and 2,975 square feet.
Cool. And so what would that go for in Nocatee? What's
It's
the
in the
price?
$1 million price range.
Okay, great. Okay.
Yeah, so Coastal Oaks features 2 neighborhood pools, a fitness center, and then it's got its own soccer field and basketball courts.
Okay, cool. Well, hey, let's go check out the rest of the house.
Sounds good.
Wow, great kitchen. I like this.
It's beautiful, yeah. It's got a 6 burner top stove and a vented hood, and then this rounded marble.
Now this is gas on this one, is that correct?
Yeah, this is a gas community. There are communities in Nocatee that do not have natural gas, so having natural gas and a 6 burner top is definitely something that people are looking for now. This is the master bedroom. You can see it's got the bay windows with the really beautiful plantation shutters. It's got nice high ceilings and this beautiful tray ceiling as well. This bathroom's really nice. It's got a huge shower. It's got dual vanities and beautiful tile floors.
It's great, and I love the tub. So I'm not sure that I'd get a lot of use out of it personally, but
well, it's great for a warm soak or even an ice soak after hitting those greenway trails.
Beautiful. I like it. I like it. Hey, thanks so much for tuning in, and look for us on another episode of Financing the American Dream. Bye for now.
That's all for today's episode of Financing the American Dream. I've been your host, Craig Sewing. Thank you so much for tuning in, and don't forget you can follow us on social media. Until then, cheers to your American Dream.
American Dream TV is a chance for America to hear from small business owners and big dreamers, local leaders and trendsetters, tastemakers and upshakers, the men and women, young and old, in every ethnicity and different perspective of this country we share. We are the American Dream TV, and together we are changing the world of television.
Do you know my name? Do you know my name? Yeah, my name is Notorious, Infamous, Wanted Man, Dangerous. I'm an army, I'm a legion, I'm a ghostin', I'm a heathen.